Welcome to our channel, where we explore the ideas that change lives. Have you ever felt blocked in your creativity? Or found it difficult to push through challenges when pursuing your dreams? Today, we're diving deep into The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. This book isn't just about art. It's about the inner battles we face every day in the pursuit of any dream. Imagine you've always wanted to write a book, start a business, or learn a new skill. But somehow, every time you try, something stops you. Maybe it's procrastination, self-doubt, or even just the need to be comfortable. Steven Pressfield has a name for this invisible force that holds us back. He calls it resistance. And resistance, he says, is the greatest enemy of creativity and personal growth. Now, what exactly is resistance? Resistance is not something you can see or touch. It's the voice in your head that whispers, maybe tomorrow. It's the feeling that makes you scroll through your phone instead of starting that new project. According to Pressfield, resistance is strongest when we pursue something meaningful. The more important a goal is to our soul, the stronger the resistance we feel against it. Why is that? Because resistance hates change. It wants you to stay where you are, comfortable and safe. Pressfield describes resistance as a force that works against you the moment you step out of your comfort zone. He says, the more you care about something, the more resistance you'll face. Now, you might think, what can I do about it? If resistance is so powerful, is there any way to win? Yes, there is, but it requires a new mindset. Pressfield says that we need to stop thinking of ourselves as amateurs and start acting like professionals. What does it mean to be a professional? An amateur works only when they feel motivated. But a professional shows up every single day, no matter what. Pressfield says that a professional doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. They know that inspiration comes from showing up and doing the work. It's like a muscle. The more you show up, the easier it gets to overcome resistance. But how do you start showing up, especially if resistance feels overwhelming? Here's the secret: discipline. Discipline is your strongest weapon against resistance. When you make a habit of sitting down at the same time every day, resistance starts to lose its power. Pressfield believes in having a routine because it removes uncertainty and gives you momentum. Once you've created a habit, it's harder to stop. But it's not just about showing up. Pressfield believes in something he calls invoking the muse. Now, the muse may sound mystical, but it's not. It's simply a way to acknowledge that creativity often feels like it's coming from something greater than ourselves. For Pressfield, the muse is a higher power, a source of inspiration outside of himself. When he sits down to work, he asks for the muse to guide him. It's a reminder that the process is bigger than us and that our job is just to show up and let creativity flow. In a way, this takes the pressure off. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. Pressfield believes that if we dedicate ourselves to our work, we'll eventually connect with something deeper. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful ideas in the book, the concept of the shadow career. A shadow career is something we pursue instead of our true calling. Let's say you dream of being an artist, but you end up working in an art gallery instead. Or you want to write, but you settle for a job editing other people's writing. According to Pressfield, these careers feel like the real thing but aren't. They're safe versions of our true calling. We pursue shadow careers because they let us feel close to our dreams without taking the risk. But deep down, we know they're just distractions. And the only way to break free is to take a leap of faith and go after what we really want. Now, pursuing your dreams doesn't mean the journey will be easy. In fact, the opposite is true. As you start to break free from resistance, you'll face fears. You'll worry about failure, about what people will think, or whether you're good enough. But Pressfield argues that these fears are actually good signs. They mean you're on the right path, pushing against your limits. He says, the more scared we are of a work or calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it. It's a bold statement, but it makes sense. Fear points us toward growth. When you feel that fear, that's resistance trying to stop you. Pressfield suggests that you lean into it because that fear is the doorway to transformation. Another crucial concept in the book is the idea of turning pro. Turning pro doesn't mean you have to be paid for your work. It means you treat your work like a job. When you turn pro, you make a commitment. You're not waiting for the right mood or the perfect moment. You're doing the work, no matter what. To turn pro means to accept the long game, to know that real growth doesn't happen overnight. It's about dedication, about respecting the craft, about showing up again and again, even when it's hard. By turning pro, we transform from being at the mercy of resistance to being in control of our journey. Now, this journey of overcoming resistance isn't just about success. It's about the personal growth that comes from it. The more we face resistance, the more we learn about ourselves, our limits, and our potential. Pressfield believes that every time we conquer resistance, we become stronger and more aligned with who we truly are. He argues that this inner battle is what gives life meaning. As we face and conquer resistance, we uncover our true selves, our passions, and our purpose. In the end, the war of art teaches us that every single one of us has the potential to create something meaningful. But to do so, we must fight through the forces that hold us back. Pressfield's message is clear: the battle is not with the world but within ourselves. And the reward for winning this battle is not just success. It's the satisfaction of knowing that we did not let fear or comfort define our lives. So, if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever wanted more, if you know there's something you're meant to do, this book is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is resistance. And every time you overcome it, you step closer to the person you were meant to be. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the war of art. If you found this summary helpful, please hit the like button, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Together, let's continue to conquer resistance and unlock our true potential.